this story of innovation and change is sponsored by Invesco QQQ, the official ETF of the NCAA. Chris, you dove into the innovation and change that is being explored and worked on by those trying to implement helmet communication or tablets or wristbands, but basically bringing technology into play calling. And maybe we won't need some of those signs and those hand signals and everything that is chaotic on the sidelines that we've learned so much about with the Michigan story. So tell us a little bit about where the technology comes from and how it works.
Yeah, this is coincidentally not related to the Michigan sign stealing scandal, although it basically could solve it. Back in the summer, the Rules Committee approved the use of uh, communication devices for bowl games, non-playoff bowl games. It could be a helmet communication, it could be a wristband, a wearable, or whatever. That was approved because the Big Ten said, "Hey, we want to use this in our games along with sideline video and tablets." Rules Committee said no, but we're going to do this bowl experiment. So that has been going on for a while. But however, within the last week or two, the Rules Committee has also approved the use of sideline, basically tablets for in-game video review. And this is that college football is so far behind in technology. I don't think people realize that. It's not just the NFL where they have helmet communication and they have sideline tablets. High school football uses tablets on the sideline. College baseball, college softball use communication devices. College football has been very far behind this. So they're finally getting toward it now with bowl games, multiple options. There's helmet communication. GCS is one of the companies. Comm is another company. Comm does the headsets for almost all of the coaches you see. And they've tested that out in a game. They tested it in the Grambling Southern game in 2021. It went well. You may see teams using helmet communication. However, the liability and warranty kind of remains an uncertainty. The other option is wearables, which is a wristband or a watch or something just kind of flaps on your belt. A lot of teams use this in practice already. Go Route is a company that uses a lot of this. Liberty uses it, Auburn, Washington, and it's often used with scout teams when you have to learn new plays every week because you're running the opponent's defense. They can get the new play that they need to run very quickly. Jamie Chadwell, the coach at Liberty, tell me we get a lot more reps and a lot more quality reps because we have this on our scout team. So these are the type of things you're going to see in bowl games. It is required that both teams agree on what they're using in terms of whether it's helmet, wristband, sideline tech, whatever, that you can basically do whatever you want. Both teams just got to agree that it's cool. So we'll see. It's to be determined if they agree to it or not. So there could be some big changes coming.
It is very timely, though, as we've been talking about sign stealing and things that don't come into play in the NFL in the same way, right? Because you have that direct communication from the sideline to your quarterback or to a defender who can communicate with the rest of the team. So it sounds great. Why hasn't this already happened?
Well, cost is one hurdle that's been a bit for a while. Not as much now as it used to be. The other is liability and the warranty. Like I said, if you put a third-party device in a helmet, some of the helmet companies are saying, "Hey, we're not going to be liable if somebody gets sued for a head injury." So that's a hurdle. The other part is coaches actually have not pushed for this, despite what they were saying in response to the Michigan news. Everybody's saying we need to do this. The reality is, I talked to coaches in every Power 5 conference last year. None of them said it was a priority. So now it is a priority. Now it might actually happen. We'll see. Again, both teams are going to have to agree on whatever they use in the game. Would not be surprised if you have a lot of teams that say, "No, we don't want to do it." Because look, there are a lot of teams that steal signs and they want to keep stealing signs. And if you have technology that makes it harder, they may not want to do it. But again, high school football is close to using this stuff. College baseball, college softball, everybody's using it. This technology is becoming so available, so much cheaper. College football needs to adapt. It needs to catch up with the times and start acting like every other sport does. And I suspect we're probably heading down that road. It could be, if it goes well in the bowl trial, if they get enough data and it goes well, it could be approved for as soon as next season. You start to see it more widespread.
So, I mean, again, this sounds like a great step. This is something I've talked to a lot of different coaches about in the last month or so about how this works. I'm curious, Chris, if there would be a benefit for quarterbacks who want to go to the NFL. Like, is there an adjustment period? The fact that they don't use this now and they have it in the NFL, like, wouldn't there be a benefit to preparing the way that you would for the next level for a quarterback?
Yeah, it's a lot easier in the NFL. And actually, Matt Rule made a comment a couple weeks ago, basically like in the NFL, you can send a quarterback to the line with 3 different plays as options, and then they adjust to it from there. One thing that is different about the NFL, though, they still huddle. If you have a helmet communication and a quarterback, you're still going to have to signal some stuff in. That's why some people think the wearable technology could be easier to use and more widespread. You can give it to all the skill players if you want, like that type of stuff. So we'll see. But like that, and especially the sideline technology, the tablets, the photos, the videos you can put on there, that's very important for quarterbacks. And it's one reason why NFL quarterbacks develop a lot better than you've seen in college.